Alright, figured I'd give some updates on the car. Got some things accomplished. I went ahead and I got the lights switched out. They had it where the high beams were actually on the outside and the low beams were on the inside, so I swapped them out on both. So now the low beams come on the outside lights and the high beams come in on the outside lights. Got that done. Still waiting on the pulley for the water pump, the dual pulley. Still waiting for that to come in. Once that comes in, I got to do a measurement, figure out what size belts I need. So I'll have to get 2 belts. Fuel system wise, still waiting for some parts, mostly just fittings. I did get the new fuel pump, came in the other day. So yeah, I got the mechanical fuel pump, 80-gallon pump, Mr. Gasket. That did come in. Some of the fuel line came in. That's all 3/8 hose. So here's the fuel pump. So I'm just waiting for the 3/8 fittings for here and here to come in. So once those come in, I'll be able to install the water pump. Or I'm sorry, the fuel pump. Sorry. Let's see. Get through my mess. I did drop the back down. There's the Cooper Cobras. They're 275 60 15s. So those are on, and here it is with the front end still up in the air, and you can see they're not rubbing. And it did a better job filling out that wheel well. I don't know what happened to the video the other day. I know it cut out on me, so I wasn't able to put in all that. As far as the interior went, I did get the Brandt steering wheel installed. I haven't put in the tachometer yet. I still got to run the wires for that, but I'm also going to do a triple gauge. So I'm going to run all that at the same time. I'm not sure yet where I'm going to run it through, but I'll work on it. The new rug, our carpet, the new carpet is in. I don't have a cover for this, and I don't know if this car actually came with the center. I think it did, because this looks like some of the connections for it. But I plan on running that triple gauge right here, and either there or up here. I saw somebody that ran a triple gauge up here. I don't know which is going to be easier, so I really would rather run it down here, but it would be easier to see up here. Oh, my daughter threw the little rocker trolls thing in here. I also cleaned the seats as best I could. They're not perfect, but they at least don't smell or stink. And this whole car, I scrubbed the whole floors and then repainted them, but the floors are real solid. There's no rust at all in the bottom of this car. It's in really good shape. I was really impressed. Still got to do the door handle though. So I was underneath. I was gonna drop the fuel tank on this car and replace the sending unit, and well, to my discovery, the car doesn't have its original 3/8 single hard line. So what one of the previous owners had done was they obviously had access to a later model Mustang, and they swapped in the later model fuel injected fuel lines in this car along with the fuel injected sending unit. So this car actually has a 3/8 fuel line and a 5/16 return line. So that made it kind of easy for me. I just left the hard lines in, swapped over to the 3/8, and I'm going to run the 3/8 side of it and just cap off the 5/16 return line. And the reason I realized that the sending unit wasn't working for the fuel gauge was the later model fuel, for the fuel injected system, that one actually was designed to be on top of the fuel tank. This car still has the original style 79 through 81 fuel tank, where it feeds from the front lower half of the tank instead of the top of the tank. So of course the sending unit, the fuel, sending the float for that year, for one that's designed to be on top, won't work from the bottom. So the one I have is designed to work from the bottom of the tank, you know, from the front lower end of the tank. However, the straps on this, the bolts that the studs that hang in the tank on my car, they're stripped, and I can't get them. So the only way I'm going to be able to drop the tank is I'd have to cut the straps, but I'm going to have to find straps to replace it with for this year car. If I'm going to do all that, I may just replace the fuel tank at the same time and put the new sending unit in, put the new tank in, and new straps all at the same time. So for now, I'm just going to hold off on the sending unit, but I did hook up the 3/8 fuel line and capped off the 5/16 line. So as far as from the rear of the car all the way up here the front of the car, I'm good. So now just all I have to do, the fuel lines are down here, here's the 3/8 line here. So here was the return line, and it's capped off. All I have to do is just run from this 3/8 line to the new, once I install the new fuel pump, and then run it up with the fuel filter up here to the Edelbrock hard line. And that'll be it. And she'll be good to go. But yeah, just a quick update. Still waiting on the fittings for the fuel pump and the triple gauge, and then the pulley for the water pump. So once those all come in, I'll get all that, get the car running again, get the tachometer, triple gauge hooked up, and then later on I'll come back to the fuel tank and the sending unit. But for now it'll work, and I'll have all 3/8 line with an original style hard line, which is nice because it's in really good shape, being that it was out of a later model Mustang. So anyway, just wanted to give updates on the car, where I'm at. I do plan on today scrubbing these rear seats like I did the front seats with some rug cleaner, carpet cleaner. See how clean I can get those seats, and then reinstall the seats. But yeah, I think the new rug looks way better than that old darker rug. I was pretty happy. It's still a little wrinkled, you can see in the corners, but once I get it out in the sun, it'll start calming down. The wrinkles will eventually come out. Yeah, it's coming together, guys. All right, later.